want to thank Mr. Curran and the Select Board for supporting this venture of our third year of being a tree city and celebrating Arbor Day. We want to thank Mr. Hardiman and the DPW for planting the trees. And of course, we also want to thank the Tewksbury Public Library for supporting this idea of creating a mini arboretum here in this environment with native trees and shrubs. It will be beautiful as everything grows. So by planting trees and shrubs, we are demonstrating that as a tree city, we are committed to encouraging our town's citizens to plant trees, particularly native trees. The power of trees is immense, and it's something that I think that we don't consider when we look at a tree. Right now, we're looking at all of these trees in bloom, the leaves budding out, and we're saying, wow, that's really pretty. But are we really thinking about what's happening? So all of those leaves over the course of their lifetime, from budding out until they fall off, are going to be doing something absolutely incredible, which is that they're going to be sequestering carbon dioxide from the air around us and creating oxygen. And in doing so, creating a healthier environment for us all. So we have to think about that when we are thinking about what it is that a tree means to our home and our community and the world. Old trees provide the most benefit because they sequester an enormous amount of carbon dioxide, which is why it's so important to make sure that we are preserving old trees in our forests, and in particular in our national parks. They absorb more than 48 pounds of carbon dioxide in 1 year. We also want to make sure that we are thinking about planting native trees, because in addition to what a tree does with creating a better environment, it also creates a wonderful habitat for insects, birds, and other creatures to live and for food. So old trees create a great benefit, but they also create, but every tree actually creates a benefit to a healthier environment. So you might say, well, you know, what's a little tree going to do? Well, a little tree that you plant today is going to grow, and it's going to continue to grow, and it's going to be a bigger tree in the future that is continuing to make our environment healthy. It's important to recognize the need for trees, so it doesn't seem strange when you see someone who says, well, you know, what about a tree? And then you've heard about all the people that are tree huggers. Why are they hugging trees? Because they have embraced the tree for what it is contributing to us without really asking much from us other than, please don't cut me down. Let me grow, let me mature, let me continue to contribute to the world around us. So I want to thank all of you for acknowledging the power of trees, for being here today, for anyone who will be watching on our YouTube station, and understanding and learning more about trees, and maybe going out and planting a tree yourself. Thank you all.
Hello. Again, thank you everybody for coming. So my name is Pam Morosky, and I work with Susan on the Tree City Committee. And I just wanted to provide a little background data about the plantings that were put in this year. So the flowering dogwood that was put in is called a Cloud 9 dogwood tree, or a Cornus floridea. And so this is a tree native to eastern North America and northern Mexico. Interesting. And according to the Arbor Day Foundation, It is the most beautiful of the Native American flowering trees. It can grow 15 to 30 feet tall and wide as the tree widens out. And as this tree grows, it really develops a broad sort of pyramidal shape. And I've actually seen them, and they're gorgeous when they're mature. And this tree is known for its stunning white flowers that emerge in late spring. So as Susan alluded to, these flowers are going to attract a variety of pollinators, bees, flies, butterflies, and they will feed on the nectar and the pollen in these flowers. During the summer, this dogwood is a deep green, and then in the fall, the leaves turn sort of a reddish purple, again, giving back to the environment by providing berry-like fruit, which is eaten by birds. And even in the winter, because of this distinctive pyramidal shape of this tree, it really remains an elegant sort of garden feature when you look out at it maybe when with a cover of snow out there. And then interestingly, many years ago, a population of this tree existed all the way from southern Maine to northern Florida. I think they used to call it like the highway tree even, which is sadly, unfortunately long gone. And actually, I think they even went west to Mississippi. But so I think many years of beauty ahead and giving back. The other plantings that were selected this year are perennial spreading plants that will become shrub, like sort of shrub-like structure. So this is called Clethra, and it is also known as the tags on that you'll see if you come here back of the library is sweet pepperbush or summer sweet. And so this is a native perennial spreading plant, as I mentioned, native to Massachusetts. In the wild, it is found in more coastal freshwater habitats. But in the garden, if it's planted, as it's planted here, in full sun, even some partial sun, and once it's established, it's really drought resistant, which is perfect for this setting out here in the field. So it's a spreading plant, as I mentioned. Right now, you'll be like, well, what are these twigs here for? But it really takes several years, and that will spread. And it can spread to 4 to 8 feet in height, which, I mean, I have one. It's probably around 3 feet now. And it can spread out. It puts out suckers and 4 to 6 feet. So it has a great potential out there. And the beauty of this is it's just an amazingly beautiful blooms. So in the summer, it's a sort of late summer, the blooms produce a spicy sweet scent, and this attracts not only an abundance of these, as we said, pollinating bees and insects, but it really attracts humans as well. I mean, this is one plant that you won't just walk by. It'll like stop you in your tracks and you'll be like, oh my gosh. And you just have to stop and like smell in this rich, inviting aroma, and then you can stop and just admire all the bees and butterflies at work there. So yes, that's really the background on what we have here. And again, thank you all for coming, and everyone that may be viewing this at home. I hope you're inspired to plant native and plant perennials as well. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Diane Giroux, so I'm the library director here, and I really welcome you all to this journey we're taking to increase a park-like atmosphere at our library. I will admit I am a tree hugger from long ago. So last year we did work with the Tree City Committee to plant these two trees, the black gum and the tulip tree, in the back, and it was our first Arbor Day celebration with the Tree Committee and with the town. So this year we gather again to do the same thing, to plant and celebrate. So these are the people I need to thank. Thanks to the Tree City USA Committee the Department of Public Works, and state aid to public library funding, which paid for our plantings this year. So the last person I need to thank is our Assistant Director, Nicole Galician, who really helps pick out the right trees, because I just like, ooh, I like that one. Ooh, I like that one. And I'm like, I like the bark. And she's like, no bark. She's not a tree hugger, clearly. So I wish we could welcome you to our event lawn outside, but we are inside today. And you will also note that we have our organic garden, and we are a pollinator pathway for the world, not just here. And planting trees allows us time to think about the future and the world we want to live in and the world we want to leave for others. And as a public library, we think about that a lot. What world do we want to live in, and how do we help that happen for our community who may have a type of world they would like to live in? So our collections are like little seedlings for people who want to grow and learn new things. Our services provide the informational sunlight and water to help ideas and experiences and human growth. And the library and its grounds are one garden, only one garden, from which our future is made. So Susan said something very similar, but I found a Chinese proverb that says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to the Tree City Committee, and thank you to Telemedia for recording this for us. We appreciate it. Thank you for coming. If you have questions, we have maps, and we can answer all kinds of questions. Thank you.